Hello everybody, Mr. Storm here. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. In the last episode, we set up a train all the way down here at this coal mine to bring the coal into a port between the Citadel and Midgar over here by this food processing plant. And then we set up a ship line to grab that coal and bring it over here to Mos Eisley, and then put that on trucks and send that over to a steel mill by New Vegas, and then eventually bring the steel back, bring the slag back, ship the slag and steel over to here, load the steel onto the ships that are carrying the sand all the way back here, and deliver steel to said tools factory. That is kind of the way things should work. I've gone ahead and run things forward a little bit to look at these ships and let them actually complete some deliveries. In fact, one is coming in right now with a load of coal. And it makes $1.5 million when it drops off. So that's pretty nice. Like, that was its first delivery. If we actually look at the line itself, it's in the black by 4 million. I added 3 more ships to it. It's taking back a whole pile of beans. We have piles and piles of coal here now. I put a bunch more trucks on this steel line. So hopefully we can get that all moved and everything will be good. But what I'm thinking, I'm just looking at the way things are working here. And that train, there's just tons and tons. This train could be much larger. You can move so much more stuff. Yeah, we're overloaded. What we need is bigger, faster ships on this line. So that's what we're going to do. We could also use more stuff getting moved. We're gonna go with bigger, faster ships. Now here's a problem now. We just got a whole bunch of... Alright, that's fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna configure this station, because we're gonna need a large cargo dock. And I'm thinking we could drop it in there. Right, we can still allow small ships to park here, but yeah, we can now have a large cargo dock. And that is now Terminal 2. So we can move the Midgar freight to Terminal 2. It'll allow for large ships. Need to rework this terrain a little bit. I think that'll be fine. And then what we're going to want to do is come over here. The reason why I let things run forward a little bit to let the money build up. I did pay down the loan bit as well, so that is good. over here, let's configure this with a large cargo dock. Put a couple of those in there. I'm actually going to do some terrain rework here. What we're going to do is we're going to raise our terrain here. Way too strong. Lower our terrain here. Oh, that's just way too much. Yep, and I know it's a lot of money to spend right now. What we probably want to do is dredge this out eventually, right? Into the deep water. For the time being, I think this will do. Because then I want to do is I want to put a dock in there, and what we'll eventually want to do is just put more docks in and more docks in. That unfortunately impacts, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put a landing in there for large ships. Move you to Terminal 2. Now, can I actually remove that? Yes. And put in a large there. Yes. In actuality, I probably want to do something more along the lines of this. Right. And then what we would want to do is move you to Terminal 1. Configure this. Delete that. And make it something more like this. Okay. And then... all I want to do is come over here, manage vehicles, replace those vehicles with the Klondike. So that's going to carry the coal. It's going to carry the coffee beans. We have multiple compartments. I just need 4.7 million. Which I could take loan out to get that. But I'd rather have it naturally. Alright, so at least I know how much it costs. I also want to upgrade this train. Where is it? This train here? Is there a load of sand coming in? There's a load of marble coming in. There's a load of sand. How's the sand looking? We could use more sand being moved. Yeah, put me back a little bit, but put a couple more ships on there. Now, reworking this port is going to require a lot of terrain manipulation. It's going to be quite expensive to allow for larger ships. So. Having multiple compartment ships. Ooh, we've got steel waiting. It looks like these are multiple compartment ships. You're carrying more than one type of good, which is good. Alright, that means there's some steel moving through the system. That might be the first steel we're picking up. I'm not sure. That's carrying some slag. That's carrying some steel. You've picked up some slag. Okay, that's fine. Because now that we're moving slag, it's also going to increase the amount of material that that train is going to have to move. Alright, so now we just be waiting for a delivery of sand, which is right there. And I'll pick up the steel. And I don't know if we have anywhere to actually deliver tools yet. So we'll have to see. You've got a lot of passengers. It might actually be enough to support a second train. Alright, but we have 4.9 million, which means that I can go ahead and grab that freight line, manage those vehicles, replace them with Klondikes. Do it. Because those are faster and they carry more. Alright, and you're loaded with some coal. You aren't loaded with anything. You aren't loaded with anything. You aren't loaded with anything. Interesting. I thought some of these guys should have coffee beans, right? And this guy should be able to produce food once they receive some coffee beans. But I don't know if we have anywhere to actually deliver food. Looks like we have a new passenger bus. Okay. Alright, well this should all be working. Alright, so if I want to upgrade this train... what would we want to do with it? First of all, I would need to figure out what we would want to put on here. They're currently carrying gondolas, right? These are gondolas? Yeah, just these. And these are flat car with side stakes, which is these guys. We'll add 4 more of each of those. And we would need a better locomotive. Currently using the 10-wheeler. The 10-wheeler does have good tractive effort, but its horsepower is pretty low. 442 Atlantic. Would get us up to mediocre. Not enough power for high slopes. What are we talking about? Power. What's our most powerful locomotive? It's this guy. What if I were to double head for 10-wheelers? You'd be able to handle the high slopes. but it's 7 million. Do it. Because we are overloaded with construction materials. I'd almost want to say we want to put even more flat car with side stakes on here. Like just enough. Yeah, if we manage that vehicle, let's edit it. These are actually different flat car with side stakes. How fast does this locomotive go? 62. No, I want to edit it. Yeah, these are the wrong flat cars with side stakes. Need to be these. Good. Make sure it gets painted right. Yeah, I think that is definitely a high incline. I don't know. So I wanted to make sure that it could at least move up. Looks like it's holding at 19 miles an hour going up the hill. Okay, that's fine. As long as it's holding a steady pace, then we've got enough juice to make it work. And you are bringing some steel back home with you. All right, good. I really don't like these boats being all bunched up like that. But it is what it is. Alright, because then the next train that needs some work is going to be this guy. Also using the 10-wheeler. We can move tons more of that coal. Okay, so let's grab you. And we're going to borrow back up to 30 million. Because, you know, it is what it is. Manage the vehicles. Edit it. Let's do the same thing. Let's double head this with 10-wheelers. And let's put as many of these gondolas on here as I can. I'll probably want to put even more. Let's see, 204 capacity. I'm going to need 3.3 million. Because then there isn't enough to completely fill that boat. Unfortunately, that's the last boat. $30 miles an hour uphill. Not bad. All right. And that is in profit, at least when it delivers. Now, let's take a look at the profitability of the entire system. You are 1.1 million in the hole, but you haven't made any deliveries yet with the new boats. So we'll see what that does when those boats come through. You're 400 grand in the hole. We'll see what that does, because I think it does get significant profit when it actually makes deliveries. I don't think you had any steel on you. Do you have? No. Who actually has steel on them? You do. Alright. The rest of the system. The trams are not making any money, but they never do. They probably won't until the cities grow significantly larger. The road freight is doing pretty well. The Gotham line here is doing pretty good. And I think that it can use a second train. I think I mentioned that before. Can I clone that? And it won't tell me. Like, how expensive is that train? Actually, let me look at this first. $11. I would like to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more on there. We definitely have enough material to, you know, fill it. You made a delivery, 1.4 million. You're taking anything back? You're taking back beans. All right, good. All right, so nothing really new today, just a lot of improvements to existing infrastructure. All right, how are you doing? Doing all right. Good. And how are we doing here as far as materials? Plenty of materials for that train to move. Now that we finally actually had a coal delivery, we'll probably get more steel coming back. Steel and slag. Because you should be delivering coal. Alright. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so for now, we'll go ahead and stop here. And we'll find something new to do when we come back for next episode. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.